Hi everyone, it's Kara here from Boho, and I am back today with May's Plan With Me video, finally. And I just want to apologize before we get started for being absent for so long. I kind of got hit with the perfect storm this past month of kind of overworking myself, having too much going on my plate, and then this past week I got hit with a pretty bad flu, followed by a sinus infection, and now a cough that just won't go away. So I've been resting up this past weekend. It's Monday morning here, and I am finally getting around to filming this video, which I'm anxious for because I've never sat here on the first day of the month without having my bullet journal ready to go for the new month. So I'm excited to dive in and get everything started for May and hopefully start this month on a little bit better foot than I did last month with you all. So let's go ahead and dive straight in. I want to show you what happened in my bullet journal in the month of April. So I'm going to turn to the very first page of April, which I have marked with washi tape here on the side. And we're just going to start right in. I'll do a little flip through and then we're going to set up for the month of May. All right, so we have my April month overview at the front. I've got my gratitude, which you see there's not a lot on here. I didn't do a lot of updating on my gratitude log during the month of April. I also have my tracker, which you'll see a lot of blank spaces for the month of April. Again, honestly, I think I just put too much on my plate. And then there towards the end of the month, my body was like, you need to stop it and take some time. So that's what I ended up having to do, even if I was forced to by being sick. But you'll see that again here in my sleep log. This was something that I really enjoyed filling out, but I think I might have made it a little too complicated on myself. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be adding this in this month. I track all of my sleep with an app on my phone that hooks up to my Apple Watch. It tracks my heart rate during the night to see when I'm sleeping, what my minimum, maximum, and average heart rates are, and what the quality of my sleep was each night. And although I love having it in my journal to kind of reflect and look back and see how my month was, I don't know that it's entirely necessary since I have all that information on my phone. So I think I might keep it there on my phone this month and see how it goes, but this is what the sleep log ended up looking like for the entire month. After that, I have my self-care tracker, which I absolutely loved having it more spread out this month. And if I flip it here to the right, you can really see this is where I got super sick right towards the end of the month. My everything, activity, sleep, mood, everything was down. Wednesday, the 26th, I didn't even have enough room to go up far enough. I actually slept almost 13 hours that day altogether between naps and just being on the couch feeling miserable. So definitely a good example of what happens when your body is out of whack and telling you to slow the heck down. All right, after that we have my mood mandala for the month of April. And you can see here it's a little bit different color-wise than my past months. I had a lot more stress, a lot more tired, which is this light gray color, and then I have my dark gray, which was for sad, but I do have a lot of productive, grateful, relaxed, and good days in there as well. It was just kind of a roller coaster month for me. All right, after that we've got my fitness progress, which I added one column to this month, my fitness assessments. This is all of my workouts for the past 4 weeks. You can see this final week of the month. I don't have anything logged. That's because I did not go to the gym at all last week, and I'm making up for that this week. So hopefully I'll get to write some stuff in there this week to complete those. I've got my first weekly spread for April, some daily pages. At the beginning, I was actually logging my workouts right here in my daily pages. I decided not to continue that because I wanted to have them all on one spread together. And you'll see I started doing some what I'm calling blank space journaling. So any blank space that I had at the end of the day, I was filling in with some journaling. This here is a doodle challenge that I decided to participate in this month, and you'll see I kind of fell off. I want to come back in and finish this out and color it all in. I was using these watercolor pencils in my journal, which actually worked out really well. It didn't wrinkle the pages. I just colored with the color pencils and then just really lightly with barely any water on a brush went over to kind of make it look like watercolor. So I do want to come back in and finish out all of these little doodles because I think this page is going to look great when it's done. We've got another weekly spread. We've got more dailies. I did a little welcome spring page right here. More daily pages. You can see I'm not doing the journaling quite as often. The month got crazy hectic. I've got another weekly spread. More daily pages. This was a trip that we took with me, my husband, and my daughter. We went to New York City for the day, so that was really fun. We got some more dailies. Here's some floral doodles that I've been doing. This is actually from a book by Peggy Dean over at the Pigeon Letters. She released a book called Botanical Line Drawing, and it's absolutely awesome. It's packed full of tutorials on how to draw flowers, leaves, and succulents. So I was practicing some in there. And then you'll see this was Sunday, April 23rd. And then I didn't write again until Friday, April 28th. So that was the whole week that I was sick. And then this one I didn't even color in. I was still feeling like crud, and I haven't touched my journal since. I spent all weekend trying to rest and recover so that I can come back at it this week. And here we are. So it's time to set up for the month of May. So we're going to do that right now and get rocking and rolling. All right, so there we go. We are all set up for May. As you can see, I used the same exact monthly layout as I did for April. Obviously, I still need to get this all filled in, which I will do hopefully later today. Then after that, I have my gratitude log. I'm keeping that to 1 page again this month. And then for my tracker, I have my moon phases up top here, as well as the days of the month. And then I have everything blocked out. The ones that have squares are the ones where I know I need to get whatever that item is done that day. And then I'm trying a little something new down here at the bottom. I thought it would be fun, instead of doing a quote like I normally do on my tracker, like I did down here, I'm actually going to practice my botanical line drawing flowers. So every day when I fill out my tracker, I'll come in and draw a new little flower down here at the bottom. So we'll have a nice little row of flowers down here at the end of the month, hopefully. All right, after that, I'm leaving space for my mood mandala. For some reason, I cannot find my compass right now, and I need that to draw the circles. So I'm just leaving blank space to finish that later. And then I have my self-care tracker, and you'll notice that I kind of flipped it to where it's all vertical. Last month I had it to where I had my ideas for mood, sleep, activity, and diet, those things that I track every day. I had some ideas on how to incorporate those, so I'm thinking about transferring those over here to the right-hand side. And then instead of having to flip it horizontally, I thought that I would keep it all vertical, so it's going to go out 1 through 10 each and every day. So it's going to look a little bit different towards the end of the month than this horizontal one does, but we'll see. I might like it, I might not entirely sure. All right, and then after that, I'm just going to start in with my very first week this month and my first daily, which is going to be tomorrow, Tuesday the 2nd, since I have been sick. But that's it. Short, sweet, and simple this month. I wanted to kind of narrow down what I'm tracking. Again, with the sleep tracking, it does it automatically on my phone and keeps track of it for me. So I think I'm going to keep that digital for now. If I find that I want it back in my journal, I can always add it in later on. But yeah, everything's staying pretty much the same besides that. And that is it for my journal and my plan with me for May. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop those in the comments section below. I'd love to join in the conversation down there, and I will look forward to seeing y'all next week. Bye.